convicted felon? I mean, you're still, but you didn't do any time.
No, I'm a convicted felon. That is exactly correct. And if I went to apply for a regular job, although I'm not traditionally employable, that would probably preclude me from getting the job. Certainly any kind of major corporation. If I went back to restaurant work, I don't think it would matter. And again, this is L.A., and this is America. People love second chances. Redemption happens for many, many people. We've seen it time and again. And I didn't do anything really wrong. And no one will ever tell me I did anything really wrong.
Right. No, you didn't. No, I mean, because that's the whole thing about, marijuana.
That's actually the point I would like to make.
Right.
I never said he did anything wrong either.
Right.
I'm not saying he did anything wrong. I just want, to go ahead and let's get the terminology correct. Because he's worded it very well. He cooperated. He had no choice. He cooperated. And he said all these other... But really, let's be honest. You snitched, okay? And here's the issue. Now the issue I want to bring up, once we can get past the fact that once we can get somebody to admit, yes, I snitched. And you know why they're afraid to say they snitched? Because my parents raised me back in a time where if I even told on my brother for doing something, I got smacked, and they said nobody likes a tattletale.
I know. I was told the same thing, but you keep missing the point.
I'm not done yet. But when it comes
No, you keep... No, I will not say I snitched because you keep missing the point. I had every reason to believe those two guys set me up.
That it's such a bad thing, because it started with the mob. The mob made it this mentality that it was a bad
thing. Oh, the mob has no code of honor. That's all bullshit.
The first thing every single one of them did.
Listen to me.
I'm just saying.
I didn't snitch. They wanted me to turn on everyone I did business with in L.A. Okay? They knew about the people I shipped to. They definitely did, but it was such small time. It wasn't worth their time. Now, the only reason I mentioned these guys to them, you keep missing this point, is that 2 days before I get busted, two guys I never dealt with who came out of Ohio, who are the uncles of this kid
I've heard this over and over again, Howie.
Okay, but you're not getting it. I had to assume when I got out of jail, they were looking to get... The cops do not play fair.
Okay, on that we do need to take a commercial break because hopefully we'll make money at some point in here. Thank you so much. Great show, guys. We'll be right back.
You understand the cops do not play fair, right?
Right. Well, we do now. I get a better.
You guys have known this for years. The cops will lie all day long. They will set you up. They will frame you. They will fuck with you.
Oh, I know.
They didn't like that they couldn't get me. They didn't get me all the way. So this was a way to get me.
It's good radio. Thank you.
Yeah, it's the radio. It's great, Howie.
You understand that if I received that $25,000, the cops were coming back to my house?
I also understand that if you made the call you did, the cops went to somebody else's house.
Yeah. No, actually, they didn't go to their house.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Absolutely.
No, I'll tell you. You don't understand. It was
Actually, I'm the one person on this panel, buddy, who does understand.
Look, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened because the guys called me and they wanted me to speak to their attorney. The post office sent them a letter. We have a package that you sent with $25,000 in cash. We find it suspicious, whatever. We've confiscated it. And these guys didn't just sit back and say, oh, well, fuck it. They had their attorney call and say, you can't do that. You must return it. And in all honesty, to this day, I don't know, but I got a very strong feeling from having talked to them and spoken to their attorney that they were going to get their money back, because the truth of the matter is sending cash money through the mail isn't necessarily a crime. It is suspicious. But they never proved the crime. What was the crime?
Buddy,
what crime did they commit?
You called them and told them that you gave them a bunch of pot for a bunch of money. All they had to do was get the money. It's in-game.
No. I had sold them 1 pound of pot. The plan was they were sending me the money up front, that I was going to send them 5 pounds of pot to Las Vegas.
Right, which you were in the process of packing up when they walked in the door, correct?
When the cops walked in the door, I was in the front.
In your raid, did anybody get to tour the cops? Did anybody get to walk them and take them upstairs and kind of, like give them the tour, or did they just fucking help themselves?
No, what they did was they sat. I'll tell you exactly what they did. We should probably talk about this on air.
We should probably talk about it on air.
No, this is very important about what they do. I'll tell you exactly what they did. You have no privacy. They go through all your. They went through all my stuff. They sat me in the living room.
They're fucking cops. You're lucky they fucking bite your head open.
They searched my.
Nobody gets to walk the cops through their fucking house.
Hey, my girlfriend's upstairs. Let me take you to go wake her up. I want her to ease into this.
No, you get. I asked them.
Oh, we
please.
did this for dramatic effect.
They pulled their guns out.
Just like the other half of the story. Well, we heard that part. But then
They pulled their guns out because that's.
Guns out, you got to give them the grand tour.
No, I didn't give them a grand tour. You are misreading all of this. I don't know why.
I'm reading it.
You are misreading all of this. They sat me in the living room and went through my entire bedroom without me in there. Then they went through my workout room. Then they went through the back bedroom. Then they went through the laundry room. They had me there for hours. They searched my whole house. They didn't give me quote-unquote special treatment. They did treat me with some respect and understanding that I was terrified. And the leader did say, stop your worrying. This ain't the crime of the century. And that's it. Now, I will say this. If I were Latino or black, if I did have the tats on my neck, if I had gang tats, I have no doubts I would have been treated differently.
Well, you know what? But there's also another way. I'd like to just kind of maybe just take 10 seconds to think about another thought. What if you were Latino or you were black, you did have that gang tat, and the reason you were treated differently was because you didn't tell them about the $25,000?
I didn't tell them that until the day after I got out of, until the morning I got out of jail. I'm talking about when they walked.
They got this.
I am talking about when they walked in my house. Forget the $25,000. That didn't happen until the morning I came home after spending the night in jail. When they walked in my house, I fully acknowledge that if I was wearing a white tank top and I was drinking and I had gang tats or I was white trash or I was a black guy with...
Or if you're coming back in 10 seconds.
All right, we're coming back in 10 seconds.
And I do remember you did say that you woke up, you said, hey, excuse me, I really hate to bother you with this, but the police are here and I don't want to alarm you.
No, that's not what that's... No, I don't know why you're turning... I'm going to now say clearly exactly what happened in regards to their asking, is there anyone else in the house? Because their whole thing...
Are we back?
...concerned that someone's coming out with a gun. Even though I'm a white guy and I looked harmless, the first thing they ask are their weapons here. The next thing is there anyone else here? Yes, my girlfriend is in the back room. Then they drew their guns, and I said, Jesus, please, can I just walk in front of you and let her know that you're here? And they said, okay, slowly. They was right behind me with their guns drawn. I opened the door to the back bedroom, and I said, honey, you need to wake up. We have an issue. The police are here. She was under the covers, clearly was no threat. The lady cop was there, got her out of the bed. They put their guns away. They separated us. They searched every room in that house. Every room without me in it. Every room. Okay?
And we're back with Hollywood Headdress Hour on the Time for Hemp Network. I'm Terry Joyce. You were just listening to Howie Wallfish. Our conversation is so heated right now about how everything went down in his particular case. And so let our listener know, what are you trying to explain to us right now? Because
let me say one
okay.
thing. Let me just say this. I'm not claiming that I deserved any special treatment from the police. I'm stating a reality of our lives at this point in time regarding the police and different ethnicities. And I am saying that I have no doubts if when I opened the door, I was a black guy with pants below my ass and I had a gang tat, or I was a Latino guy with a shaved head and a wife beater on, I have no doubts they would have treated me differently. None whatsoever. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's fair. I'm just saying that's the way the police operate.
I'm also
Certainly in
saying
LA.
you get special treatment. You got what anyone would have gotten, no matter what color, race, gang, or tattoo they had, if they all told on somebody. And
Again,
just
you're
because
still
told
not
on
getting.
somebody,
You're not.
they
You
let
keep
out.
talking about that. I informed them about that the day after I got out of jail. I am talking to you about the moment. Listen, I'm talking about the moment. I am talking about the moment they came to my house. Why are you not getting this? Are you taking this personally? Are you Latino or black and you think I'm attacking Latinos or blacks?
I am taking this personally because I am black. How about that?
Okay, my girlfriend is black. One of the guys. Okay.
Maybe that's why she got pulled over. Was she in the passenger seat?
No, she was in the back bedroom.
People get pulled over in California.
You still aren't. I don't deny that there's driving while black. I know this for a fact. It happened to me because I did have a black person in my passenger seat. You are totally misunderstanding. You are getting defensive and totally misunderstanding what I'm telling you.
Okay. All right, let's just calm down here for a moment. Let's all smoke a little pot. We're just still on a reality. I mean, we're not on a reality show. We're on a radio show, and
No pot no more. He works for the feds.
what?
You know what? Now I'm starting to get pissed off, and I'm just going to hang up the fucking phone. Because you're being a fucking asshole. No, you're
Wait.
being an
Wait.
asshole.
Okay. Wait. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
That's what you're being.
Wait,
An
no.
asshole.
Oh.
You don't know my fucking life. You don't know what
Okay.
I went through. I don't work for the fucking thing.
Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God.
He's gone. And if I ever hear his name on my network again, it'll be when I call him an asshole and let the whole world know he's barred from it. You do not treat Terry Joyce like that and overrun her show. Because of that, if Terry wants an extra additional 30 minutes on tonight's broadcast, and to let everybody know that she not only owns this show, but she owns the heart of the man who owns the network, she's welcome to have that.
Oh well, thank you. I mean, we.
I also apologize for my actions, Terry, but I just felt somebody had to say something before. I knew where this story was going. I kind of called it preemptively. I kind of who'd this guy roll on? I said the guys who owed him $25,000. I typed that in a private message to both Casper and Northlat.
Right.
And then a half hour later, that's exactly what he said, and then he covered it up real quick and just talked over it. And I was like, oh my God.
I cooperated.
I'm just, I'm sort of surprised about what happened because, I've posted a lot through Facebook and he's commented on a lot of the things that I've said and.
I didn't really care that he said.
But I mean, I'm shocked. I mean, I did not know that the story was going to go like this tonight.
Mexican cholo he was saying all these derogatory terms.
Right.
And he was like, if I would have been this, I wouldn't have gotten off. And I was like, no, if you would have been that and you would have snitched out to where they got two guys and $40,000, you would have got off no matter what fucking race or color you were. That's the point I was trying to make. You didn't get special treatment. He tried to say, I got special treatment because I'm white. And he kept saying, even on the commercial breaks on the Ustream, that's got to be great. He was like, it's no secret, guys, I'm white.
But here's my question about what just happened. Why would he come on the show and actually go through the story?
Sorry, I told him I was black.
I know that was hilarious. I was holding back from laughing.
That's when he finally lost it.
Well, when I heard him say that he could go, he went in and said, "Excuse me, honey, but I'm sorry about this. Police are here." I thought, really? First of all, if she didn't hear them kicking in the door and the smoke guns going off, right? Who in the fuck's gonna be able to go and talk to their girlfriend and say?
They don't actually use smoke guns, but they will kick in the door, and the first thing they would have done is laid that fucker out, put him down, and on his stomach, hands behind his back, and zip tied with a quickness.
And I'm thinking again, who's gonna be able to go down the hall and say, "Excuse me, dear, but the
That's
police."
my whole point. That's when I already knew this story was story, and he was just going, and I was just waiting for it, but. Like a good storyteller, like a good book, he mentioned 2 people who he gave weed to, who went to Ohio, who owed him 20, and it didn't show up within a couple of days. And I knew instantly that's who he's gonna roll on.
Right.
He told us, and then he was like, "You've never seen Miami Vice?" I was like, "You made this story up from a Miami Vice episode."
What else do you do? Well,
But he was like,
you
"Oh,
do
the
is you keep your mouth shut.
we're sleeping
You keep
together.
your
What
mouth
is this
shut.
fucking
You wait
law
for
and
the
order?"
people who wipe their ass with the $40,000 to fucking get your ass out of jail. That's
Yes,
what.
but they don't just go after the money. They took down the people on the other end of that money, and he
Yeah.
rolled on them.
Exactly.
He rolled to a grand jury on them. That's the only way he got off. The only way they drop your charges is after you indict.
Well, see, and at first I thought he was talking about something that happened back in the 1960s, and he was just like blowing it out of proportion because he was so old he couldn't remember it right.
That's why I said too. I was like, please. He kept saying he was on a chain gang.
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I thought, I go, well, how long ago did this happen? Because it seemed like it was like 1980 something. And then when he goes 4 years. I'm like, what?
I was like, oh,
Shit.
You know, I mean, you know, I just, the whole thing is just, I'm my jaw's open right now because I'm not exactly sure what happened in some ways.
It was just somebody who wanted
You know what I mean? I'm like, what just happened? It's beyond what I expected tonight, actually.
the time slot's so perfect because we built. Like, it literally started off and then it built and it built and it
Well, you
built.
know we're still live on the air.
Yeah, and I've been recording this on my Ustream. For some reason, my battery got low, and at one point the footage stopped, but it got so interesting with what was going on behind the argument that I quickly started to Ustream it again. So I got all of the back dialogue too as well.
That shit was awesome.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
shit was awesome.
I mean,
And I remember Kevin asked me how old I thought this guy
I'm sorry,
was.
Terry, but I hope that's why we're here. Because at that point, like, we went a whole hour and like 10 minutes before I was finally like, fuck it, I'm doing it.
right.
And,
But I
and,
don't
I,
think you do
Even
that.
have to Terry did.
You the time to like draw him out. And I was hoping.
Well, I went after him. Like at some point, I just went for the juggler. I went, fuck it, I can't handle this anymore. And then I was like, so basically you're telling me you got paid off, right? You paid the police made money. No, I didn't say that. I go, what? It's what it sounds like. You know, either that or you snitched somebody. Somebody got their hands shook, and you're just trying to talk about it.
Higher on a meth lab.
I mean, I'm sorry you had to wear an orange suit. I mean, we all hate wearing orange suits, but Jesus
So
Christ.
funny is he said right when they walked in the door, in his own words, in his story, if you go back to what we have recorded,
Right.
he said he told them that he would wear a wire in a meth lab.
Right, about 3 or 4 times. I'm like, what, did you not do that?
If you hate methamphetamines, how would you know where the meth lab was? And if you've never been there, what makes you think they're gonna let you walk in wire or not?
Right.
Like, unless you're a regular customer. See, this guy was full of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised because, well, I don't want to ruin anybody's character. I mean, like, you know, I mean, he's definitely, I mean,
wait a minute, no.
He did a good enough job of that on his own.
well, okay, so, you know, he's, you know, a comedian but you know what? Okay, well, he is a comedian.
Andy Dick.
Huh.
Right. Unless
I don't know. I mean, like, I couldn't find that many videos on him, though. I could only find that one clip on YouTube, and then there's something on, you know, Funny or Die a little bit, and, you know, I mean, it was kind of like, I don't know, it's all kind of bizarre. Like, you kind of wonder if people are as much as comedians as they say they are, or, you know, how is he, like, why would somebody want to come on the air and talk about, like, their bust and then make it sound like it was nothing, as if they were trying to pass off a story that it's going to be acceptable to people or something? I mean, you know, honestly, we're on the Time for Hemp network. I mean,
he probably thought it would go in that depth, or we would ask those
So we would
questions.
actually go there.
He probably just thought we would take his word for it and be like, ooh, because even after we caught on, even after we told him, during the commercial break, even if we told him we knew he snitched, when we came back on the air, he wanted to still wrap it up.
yeah, he went, because I wanted, when did I try to, like, go into magic mushrooms? I was like, okay, time to talk about mushrooms. You know, and then it just, like, he didn't want to let it go, and I'm like, oh, you know, it's really weird, though. Tonight I had a feeling that there was going to be something like this was going to happen.
Well, you said something about Israel, and I didn't bring it up, even though this guy was, he he pressed all of our buttons. He went real Jewish real quick, talking about like, oh, you don't want to go to Walmart, you go to Big Lots where it's basically free. And you know what? He goes, I was driving one time and I got pulled over, and he's like, and I don't know why they pulled me over. He's like, I'm not a colored person driving, you know.
I know. I was like, oh my god, and I kept trying to thinking like, I'm gonna let that slip.
Hats, and I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like, it was almost, you know what it reminded me of? Reminded me of what's that guy? That one character that Sharif does, the racist.
Oh, the Amazing Racist.
The Amazing Racist. That's almost what it reminded me of, to where he was racist without being racist, but trying to be racist.
Exactly. Oh no, well, it's not me. That's just what police think. That's just how society thinks.
Like, he might have been doing that, like, to try to sabotage us so we get flack. Because obviously there's influential people who have been listening to our shit recently, Terry.
Right.
We're going to have to start monitoring people who just, like, who want to be guests. Because I have a feeling you're going to start getting, like, requests to people who want to be guests. Who we might not want, you might not, if you do the research, you know.
Actually, I called him today. Because a long time ago in our forum when I was doing the show on Atomic Comedy, I think I put it out there, who would be interested in talking about the spiritual aspect with hallucinogenics and this and that. Or somehow I advertised, and he goes, "Oh, I've got a great magic mushroom story."
Oh, wait. Let me ask you this: Are
Yeah.
you gonna do another half-hour live on the air? Are you gonna wrap it up?
I don't know. Do you? I mean, I'd like to at least
Half hour.
another half hour. Okay, can we?
Let's do a top of the
Let's turn on the cameras and let's do trips at the same
So
time.
are we going to do we
Let's
want
kill
to
two birds with
wait?
one stone.
Casper said something really quick. What'd you say,
Let's do
Casper?
a top of the hour break like they do on Real Radio, and then we'll talk about what we're going to talk about for the next 30 minutes when we come back.
Okay.
At Time for Hemp.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Here on the Hollywood Hemptress Hour. All right.
Okay.
I have an advertisement on my screen. I don't know how to get rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, I called him today. I mean, he didn't pursue me, but
Yeah, that was just kind of weird.
It was really
I had to
weird.
call him out.
yeah.
So we somebody had to. I mean, like, I think we were all thinking it, you know. But hey Terry, we can film this. Turn the camera on.
Uh-huh.
Use it for trips.
Okay. All right, so I'll change it to trips. I'm going to stop this one.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to trips. Look for my Freedom of Joyce. So I have one viewer.